This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil, leader of the OTS. I'd like to give a big shout out to the main man, Sandy. Thank you for enjoying the show.
And this is episode 29. You can follow us on SoundCloud, like, share, favor, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com.
Do it.
No, not Mal. Mal. Alright, so, can't remember what episode this was on, but we talked a lot of shit about the Fantastic Four movie that came out this year. And it finally hit DVD, so we said, fuck it, I'm not going to see it in theaters. We rented it. And it is the shit show that everyone thought it was going to be.
It was bad.
Yeah. The original family of comics can't seem to get a good comic book movie adaptation at all.
They can't do nothing with that.
Which is, like I say, Dr. Doom is one of the greatest villains of all time. Movie portrayals, shit.
Amazingly bad.
Yeah. So anyways, I guess we'll start with the plot of this movie, I guess what it was. I don't know. Yeah, air quotes, because, I don't know. Reed Richards has been trying to build a portal since he was like, 10 or so, I'd say. When he was a young kid, they don't really give it an age. Then they show him in high school, he looks like he's 30, but he's supposed to be just graduating high school.
Yep.
That's a movie trope that will probably never die. Trying to pass 30-year-olds off as high school students still.
Classic.
Yeah. But anyways, he builds a portal. It works. But for some reason, it breaks the backboard.
Yep, the glass backboard. Broke
Yeah.
it.
He's at a science competition in school, and he builds the teleporter. It works. It breaks the glass backboard. But, I don't know, the science teacher or whatever is like, no, disqualified, I don't care for shit. This thing that literally never existed in the world, first of its kind, teleporting device, should be like Nobel Prize winning kind of shit. And he's like, it broke the backboard, screw this, screw this shit. So he gets disqualified, but luckily, anyways, Dr. Storm's there with his daughter, and they see the teleporter and they realize that's some crazy science shit.
We got something here.
Yeah. So he pays for Reed Richards' full college education, and the promise is that he'll eventually come work for him, and they're gonna build the teleporter for reals.
For realsies.
For realsies. Because him and the guy that will become... They never call him Dr. Doom. He's always just called Victor. Did they even say Doom? I can't remember.
As far as they called him Victor.
Yeah, let's say I don't even think they called him Doom. I just remember them calling him Victor.
Of course, it had to be an evil name, though.
Yeah, well, when your name's Victor Von Doom, you only have a couple of choices in life.
Yeah.
Mad scientist, dictator.
Be evil.
Be evil. Well, plus, too, it made it like the thing on the internet before the movie came out is he was going to be like some disgruntled hacker. But he's not like a disgruntled hacker. He's just like this guy who's also working on a teleporter, but his teleporting shit ain't as good as Reed Richards.
Yep.
So he gets super jelly of him about it. And they, like I said, they had to make the guy freaking super, like, you go to his little laboratory or whatever it was, everything's black, all the lights are out, he's wearing all black clothes the whole fucking movie until he gets his Dr. Doom cloak at the end.
Yep, nothing evil about this room.
Yeah. 5 o'clock shadow. I don't know. But anyways, they built the teleporter. some government people are there. They're like, we're going to take this teleporter away from you and then do the military shit with it because, I don't know, it's going to a different dimension. It's not like it's a world teleporter. So what the military wants with it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But, so even though these are supposed to be some of the smartest people in the world, oh, well, we skipped over Johnny Storm altogether, didn't we? I forgot about him. Yeah. Okay. Johnny Storm, he's a Fast and the Furious wannabe. He made some car, got into a street race, wrecked it, and his daddy said, you know what, you dumb little bastard, you're going to come work for me and make something out of yourself. Put down that goddamn Vin Diesel poster and do some science, you little prick.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I guess he's supposed to be like a super mechanic guy or something, I don't know. Like, everybody gets so little time to get character. There is no character development in this. It's just Portal, government. Let's get drunk and do everything a scientist would never do. One, let's not tell anyone that we're going to start the interdimensional portal. Two, let's go there while we're shit-faced drunk.
It was very, very poorly planned.
Three, when we get there, why don't I just put my hand in this glowing green substance I have no idea what is? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, Victor, I'm just going to call him Dr. Doom. Because he's not even really Dr. Doom. I'm just going to call him Dr. Doom just because I like Dr. Doom. It's a lot simpler. But Dr. Doom, for some reason, puts his hand, like I said, in the glowing green substance that he has no idea what is. It starts an earthquake in a different dimension. They're rushing back to the pod, freaking out. Dr. Doom falls off the cliff. They try to save him, but he falls into even more of the green stuff. Hey, it's the secret of the U's. That's where the Ninja Turtles came from this other dimension. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. That wasn't funny. Yeah, my apologies for the crappy Turtles reference there. But back to Fantastic Four. Explosion shit's going down. Ben Grimm can't close the door, so a bunch of rocks start sticking to him. Johnny Storm gets set on fucking fire, which is... He looks fine at the end, but that did look pretty brutal when he's in that little capsule screaming, going, ah! No. And I don't know, I guess Reed Richards just gets hit with a dose of dimension rays or whatever. And luckily, Sue Storm was there. She drives him back from the other dimension. Shit blows up in her face. She gets a dose of space, different dimension rays or whatever.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah. It's not cosmic space rays this time. It's just different dimension rays. Like I said, Phil, it's from a different dimension. You don't have to explain it. Well, why did it give him superpowers? It's just a different dimension. Don't worry about it. But anyways, shit blows up. Then the next thing you see is actually pretty creepy. They have Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, all super stretched out.
Oh, yeah.
And the secret military basement or whatever the hell it was. Ben's literally just this giant pile of rocks. Sue Storm's like, they keep him sedated, so she's just like flipping in and out of visibility. And Johnny Storm has it the worst, because like I said, every once in a while he just wakes up and he's like, fuck, I'm on fire!
Yeah. Sedate him!
Yeah,
hit the button! Give it to him!
Yeah, and they show Dr. Baxter looking at his son on fire, and he's like, fuck.
Yep.
Shit. That was probably the part where the body horror from the Fantastic Four was the only good part in the whole movie, to be honest with you. But I can't remember what happens. Eventually, they didn't hit the sedate button on Mr. Fantastic enough, so he stretches out. He's dipping out of the military base.
Manages to get out.
Yeah. Ben Grimm, that's at that exact moment when Reed Richards is trying to escape through the heating duct, Die Hard style. That's when Ben Grimm starts to wake up from the rock pile. And, I don't know, I can't remember, Johnny Storm, and everybody wakes up at the same time for some reason, I can't even remember why. And then they cut to, what was it, X amount of years later, I can't remember.
7, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was 7.
Reed Richards is on the run in a Fallout looking suit. I guess trying to find a cure for what happened to his buddies. And the government came up to Ben Grimm like, hey, you want to go like wreck tanks and beat up generic non-named military forces for us?
Do stuff we don't need boots for?
Yeah. Captain America doesn't exist in this continuity, so you want to be Captain Thing. Well, they didn't even call him the Thing till the end. Remember, Johnny Storm made the joke, oh, the thing no one wanted.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But I don't know. Reed Richards shows back up for some reason. They build the portal to the different dimension again because I guess that has the cure over there for some reason or something. They build the portal. Dr. Doom shows up. He's doesn't really look like Dr. Doom. He just has the green cloak. But like I said, he got a super dose of green dimension goo, so his suit fused to him, and he got like psychic powers or something. They never really said what kind of powers he had. They kind of go back and forth on it too. Like, does he have like super incinerate powers? Because remember, he looks at some people and just sets their ass on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think he blew up that one guy's head. That was pretty.
Oh heck yeah, I remember that.
You do get to see someone's head pop inside of a hazmat suit, so I guess that's kind of cool.
It was astonishing. They had to have that in there though.
Yeah. The Fantastic Four, they're not calling themselves at that point. Dr. Doom kills a bunch of people, goes back to the different dimension because, in his opinion, Earth sucks. So he's going to go to dimension... I thought it was supposed to be that negative zone from like the comics, but they never call it that.
Yeah.
So Dimension X, I'm going to call it.
Maybe they just didn't want to give it a name or something.
I don't think they ever did. I think they just always called it the other dimension.
And that's where he started his reign of taking over dimensions.
Yeah. He gets back to Dimension X. He opens a portal that's sucking our dimension into his dimension, even though he just said that our dimension sucked. The Fantastic Four show up. They have a video game fight cutscene that looked pretty crappy. They defeat Dr. Doom, come back to this dimension, take over the Baxter Building, and now they're going to do science shit. Because science!
Science rules!
Yeah. And I guess before I give my rating on the movie, I kind of wanted to talk about the Thing. Thing ain't got no pants. He got no dick, man.
Right.
It's so, I'm not going to lie, it's so distracting every time the Thing's on screen. You can't help but not look at his Ken bulge rock non-penis. Like, how you can understand why he's so pissed off all the time now. I ain't got no dick. I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah. Avert your eyes, you perv.
Why do I need to avert my eyes? There's nothing there.
It's true.
Avert my eyes from what, Rocky?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I said, you can't live. There was no spandex in the world big enough to fit him. Because that's all he wore in the comics for the longest time, was just like little booty short spandex.
And plus, it's like nobody could even make anything to cover him up, right?
Yeah, like I understand he's got nothing he's covering up, but it's a lot less distracting to me.
That's true.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The CGI looked like crap. The story was boring as hell. The Thing's dick, non-dick, made it hard for me to even pay attention to anything except for his non-dick. Dr. Doom, one of the greatest villains in the world, completely fucked again.
You don't care.
Completely ruined again. You know, because in the comics, Dr. Doom wants to rule the world because he thinks he's the only one that can rule the world right and there'll be world peace. And this one, he's just like, nah, I like these Dimension X or whatever better. Going there. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Oh.
You got any last thoughts on it?
Not really. I mean, I thought it was really poorly put together. Just everything was entirely poorly put together. They didn't plan things out right. And it was horrible. It was bad.
And if you're thinking that maybe you can chug a couple beers and watch this and have a good time, we tried that. And we had to stop her. There was like 2 or 3 points where we started talking to each other and not even paying attention to the movie. And one of us would go, oh, we probably should be watching.
Yeah.
we were having better conversations not watching the movie drunk than watching the movie drunk. If you think getting drunk and watching is going to make it better and you can just rip this thing apart, I don't know, maybe you can, but it's just so super boring and slowly paced and
Lots of talking too.
yeah, and none of the dialogue's like super horrible bad that you can laugh at.
A couple chuckles here and there, nothing too big.
Yeah, like I said, the CGI looked like shit. Like PS3 games, that last fight scene at the end.
Yeah,
There's PS3 games that look better than that. So, yeah, I guess that's we've reviewed movies before, but now I should have brought this up off mic, but I'll have here's our little score thing we'll have. See it, which means you should see it. Pass, which means pass. Or rent it, which we did rent it. And even though I rented it, it was only like $3 at my local video store. Not worth it. Pass. Just total pass. Unless you're like a super hardcore comic book fan that wants to see every comic book movie ever, there's no reason to see this movie.
I agree. I would have passed on it.
Man, the only reason you probably ever watched it because I made you.
Yeah, I don't think I needed to see that at all.
I'd love to say
I could have gone my whole life without seeing it.
Yeah, I'd love to say if I didn't make you watch it for the show, I probably would have watched it, but you probably never would have, right?
Right. You're right. I wouldn't have watched it at all.
Yeah, like I said, it's a complete pass. Spend your $3 on something else. Go buy a bag of chips. You'll get more entertainment out of that than this movie. Go buy yourself a bag of chips and a soda pop, kid.
It'll make you wonder what else you could have spent your money on.
I know. Like I said, I'm glad we didn't see it. I thought about it for a minute or two just for the show, but I was like, yeah, I'm a firm believer of speaking with my dollar. And apparently I'm right. It's the lowest grossing Marvel film. It's from Fox Studios, but it's a Marvel property. It's the lowest grossing Marvel film of all times. Like Ghost Rider 2 Spirit of Vengeance made more money than this thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they said they're still making 2.
Of course they are.
I don't know. I'm not, like I said, Doctor Doom's one of my favorite villains of all time. Fantastic Four, meh on. But at this point, they've had 4 movies. The Roger Corman one from the late 80s or whatever it was. That one's kind of cool just because that one is super cheesy. But I don't know, man. Like I said, it just seems to be a franchise that's failed.
They've had plenty of times to fix it, right?
Well, 4.
Yeah, they've had plenty of times.
Like I said, it just seems like a series that just was not meant to be.
It goes nowhere.
Unless they hire me to write it, get Patton Oswalt to be the Mole Man, give me a little more money for the CG so it doesn't look like shit like he did in this one. And like I said, you don't want to see Ben Grimm jump out of the Fantastic Four and fucking punch a giant kaiju monster in the face on the way down?
I do.
Yeah. Then Patton Oswalt hits him in the face with a stick.
Tries to.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
What was that?
Yeah. Speaking of a Marvel property that is actually under the Marvel Studios, the Netflix original series Jessica Jones has finally started to air on Netflix. I didn't watch all 12. We didn't watch all 12 episodes because we wanted to start the show somewhat early. But we watched the first episode at least. And for those of you that don't know, I talked about this a little bit before, is Jessica Jones was a lady that used to be a superhero. Shit went down, she becomes a private eye. And the Purple Man, well actually she's a superhero, runs into the Purple Man, then decides that now I'm going to be a private eye instead. And you don't ever get to see her in her superhero persona. Like I said, she makes reference that she might have been a superhero before, and that didn't work out. Well, once again, she ran into the Purple Man, and then decided, you know what, this isn't for me. And yeah, and in the first episode, she gets hired by, I can't remember what their names was, to find their daughter, who of course was abducted by the Purple Man. And I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, for the first episode, it really intrigued me. Like I'm gonna finish watching the other 12 episodes, so I give it a watch.
I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. Thought it was astounding. Kind of reminded me of female Luke Cage, a little bit, kind of vibe.
Yeah,
I'd watch more of it though.
yeah. Well, like I said in the comment, she meets Luke Cage in this one, and they
Yep. Squish booties.
make smoosh smoosh. Or no, wait, no, snoo snoo.
Maybe squishing booties.
Oh, yeah. But it's definitely Daredevil was fairly dark and stuff, but just from this first episode alone, it looks like this is probably going to be the darkest thing Marvel's ever probably put to film.
So far, there's been a lot of action in it.
Yeah, it's like I said, I give it a watch. I want to watch the rest of it probably later tonight. But yeah, if you're not familiar with the character of Jessica Jones and you want something a little more mature for your superhero watching, definitely don't let your kids watch this.
Yeah.
This is a, I don't know, I would say someone like 14, 15 could probably handle it, but if you got a little 5-year-old who really likes Captain America movies, don't show him Jessica Jones.
Yeah, no.
Wait a couple years. But yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I give it a watch, like I said.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And I think after this one, the Luke Cage is supposed to be in the next one. Yeah.
Pretty sure he is. I like the way he looks.
He looks like the guy, but I wish he'd have a yellow shirt on.
Well, maybe something happens to make him change the shirt, maybe.
Or they're like, no, we gotta be dark and gritty, yellow's too bright.
Maybe.
I don't know, like I said, that's something super nitpicky. Luke Cage ain't wearing a yellow shirt. Lame. Fake.
Fake and gay.
Fake and gay. Oh, they ruined everything. But no, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Alright, Phil. On to the next story. Well, I don't know if this is really a story, but I mentioned that I've been trying to keep updates on those Steven Universe Funko Pop figures.
Right.
Because I gotta go to the mall when it opens and shit, and give the death stare to a goth kid, and hope he doesn't mess with me. But I've never bought any of these things before. But guess what, Phil? Guess who else is? Like I said, anything that's a property that's somewhat popular and makes money, it's gonna get a figure. And my other new favorite cartoon is getting one.
Wow, look at that.
Yep, they're making Gravity Falls Funko Pop figures now.
Man, those are big looking. Man, they look real.
Well, like I said, that's just the concept art. You got Dipper, Mabel, Waddles the Pig, Grumplestan, of course, Zeus, Wendy, Little Gideon. That's man. If I can only get my hands on one, that's the one I want. The little gnomes they have in the series, and Bill Cipher and Red Mad Bill Cipher.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bold looking.
Yeah, they look super sweet. I super want them. And like I said, I've been looking up, like, even the Gundam style guy got one. Or Gundam style or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah. I did some looking on Amazon, too. You can get the Punisher one for, like, $10.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah. So they're not, like, super duper expensive, at least. But goddamn. Like I said, there's a reason why I keep that credit card balance low, Phil.
Yeah, that's true, in case you actually find something you want. You
I
can
know.
afford it.
If it comes out on Christmas, this is my Christmas gift to me.
At least they're not crazy expensive.
Well, I don't know. Some of them are crazy expensive because they're like limited edition ones and shit like that. Like, I can't remember what it was, but there was one, like a Harley Quinn one, that's probably out of print or whatever. You know, they don't make it no more. People were trying to sell it for like $30, $40.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not spending. That's why I said. That's why I gotta get them when the store opens because I ain't paying that much.
Yep,
I like
true.
them, but I don't like them $30-$40 much.
Not $40 cool.
A few things.
Dang.
Well, I don't have a lot of action figures, Phil, but I used to buy a ton of action figures back in the day, and that's kind of what stopped me. Like, I'm spending $15 for something that's more or less a glorified statue.
I see what you mean.
Like, I got some of my favorites. I got Jonah Hex, The Question, Deadpool, Deathstroke, the Terminator. That was the last figure I bought. And I only bought Deathstroke because I found him, like, the discount bin at the fucking Walmart for, like, $8. So I was like, $8 for Deathstroke? Hell yeah.
Yep, you got a deal, man.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Plus, I wanted to do a good, decent version of Doctor Doom so I can get a decent Doctor Doom figure. All I got is that little crappy 6-inch one over there on my wall, you see?
Yeah.
I can't remember. They're the Marvel figures that are like the size of G.I. Joes. Those ones are, well, I haven't seen them in years, so I don't know if they even make them anymore. Those ones are cheap, but the problem with the few I bought is their joints are super loose. Like, that's why Dr. Doom's up there on the wall as like a little statue, because like, you can't play with it.
Freaking afraid you're going to break it.
Yeah, like I said, if I gave it to a kid, I could see a kid coming back to me in like an hour. I broke his arm.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, they're not well made at all. But like I said, I can't remember. I think they were like $6-8 for those. So you get what you pay for.
That's about the right price.
Yeah, I'll spend $6-8 ain't that too much for an action figure in my opinion. It's like I said, once it gets to like 15-20, that's when I'm like, I don't know.
They're just kind of flimsy. Not too efficient how they made them.
Yeah. But from what I understand, these Funko things are pretty solid plastic. They're pretty well made, apparently. I'll put them on my TV stand. That way when Teen Titans goes on, I can be watching something better.
Yeah, they look bigger up close. I've seen them up close. I was like, dang, they're pretty durable.
Well, that's the new Star Wars movies coming out, so I saw Darth Vader and some Stormtroopers at the Walmart last time I was there. They look pretty cool. That might have been cool. They were pretty cheap, too. I think they were only like $10. Should have bought me a Darth Vader and 2 Stormtroopers.
I think they're pretty enormous for the size they want.
Yeah. Look good to me. Like I said, this so sucks, but I gotta go on the internet every other day now. When these things coming out? Like I said, there's gonna be some goth kid there opening that metal gate on the Fantastic Four, and me, my big fat balding ass, and my flannel T-shirt. You got them Steven Universe pop figures?
You're not slipping past me this time.
I know. I've let well, that's one reason why I'm saying I'm going when the store opens, because I remember when I was a kid. I've mentioned this on the show before. One of the first comics I ever bought with my own money was the one where Bane breaks Batman's bat.
Yep. It's a good one, though.
Yeah, so Bane's always been one of my favorite characters. And they were selling Bane action figures when I was like, shit, how old was I? Like 10, 12 or so? I can't remember exactly. And I rode the bus all over town to every toy store, Walmart, Target I could think of. Never able to find it. Not again!
At least you try to find it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I looked it up. It was like $10-20 online last time I looked for it. So if I really wanted it, I guess I could buy it off eBay. But that's half the fun. Hunting them down, right, Phil?
Yep. Really want something, you gotta find it.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say that'd be fucked up on there. It's like, you got those Steven Universe pop figures? Like, yeah, but you had a pre-order? You son of a...
Oh, that would suck.
I don't pre-order shit. Been burned on that one too many times. So.
True that.
Fucking GameStop.
They suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't even been to a GameStop in years. I'm so cheap when it comes to games. I'm like, when's the Game of the Year edition coming out? I'll just buy it from Walmart.
The problem with GameStop is they won't sell PC games. They don't want to sell PC games.
Well, they don't sell PCs.
That's true.
Why would you sell something to an item you don't sell?
I guess you're right. But screw that anyway. I don't want to buy a new console to play Fallout 4.
What you gonna?
Have to go to Target, buy it on PC.
What you gonna buy?
Screw them, they got enough money. They don't need me to buy a new console.
Yeah, about to
They
say.
got enough money.
There's even Fallout ones there. There's one of the guys in the power armor. Yeah.
Yep. The Brotherhood of Steel. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, that still sucks.
That's
Yeah,
what they call them. I just call them Vault Boy.
I think that's what he is called. The little thumbs up guy that you see on all the promotional art.
Yep.
Da-da-da.
Excellent. You leveled up. Ka-ching.
Here at Vault-Tec, we don't really care about you. We're gonna use you in some weird experiment.
A brand new life underground. It's like, yeah.
What was the vault where you go and they start pumping hallucinogenic drugs in it? Start tripping balls and shit.
I can't remember the number, but
Yeah.
it was one of them trippy vaults where they did experiments.
Yeah, or the one vault where they lock you, it's just you in a box full of puppets. Or
Fantastic.
or the vault where mutated plant life takes over and mutates everyone into like plant spore monsters.
Yep, they're shooting crap at you and killing you. That was a pain. That mission was hard.
I think one of the vaults too, they super radiated the hell out of it, and that's what made the super mutants.
Yep. Plus, they had that crazy ghoul down there too. On top of all the plant monsters attacking you, there was a super crazy irradiated ghoul down there you could kill.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say the one that's probably the creepiest though is I can't, and I don't remember the numbers to all these vaults, but the Gary one.
Oh, yep, Gary 23.
Yeah, where it's the vault full of some guy named Gary who cloned himself like 1 billion times, but the clones are fucked up and all they can say is Gary,
Yep.
and they're always like yelling at you, Gary, Gary,
Yep.
while they're trying to stab you and shit.
And they were just naturally violent for some reason. Naturally violent.
Why do you think we outlaw cloning, Phil?
Yeah.
Name one sci-fi story where that shit turned out right.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Just like super soldiers, except for Captain America, name one super soldier program that ever worked out right. Except for Captain America, like I said. The one.
That's true. That's gorgeous.
Like even Wolverine. Well, he wasn't technically... Well, like I said, they were trying to put metal bones in him to make him the ultimate soldier. What happens? He freaks the fuck out and killed everybody.
He did.
Yeah, so that one didn't work out right either. They tried to turn Deadpool into this ultimate super soldier too by giving him Wolverine's healing factor. And all that did was fuck up his skin even worse and drove him super cray-cray.
Yep. It was messed up.
They try to do the super soldier thing again in Nam, but once again it fucked up. And you ever see him, the character Nuke, the guy with the American tattooed on his face?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, it didn't give him super strength or nothing. It just made him super pissed off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rage.
Yeah, he's just like super pissed all the time. Apparently loves America. Loves America, hates Wolverine and the Punisher.
Just happened to affect all of them differently.
Taskmaster, he got his powers by someone tried to recreate the super soldier serum, but instead of giving him superpowers, or I guess he kind of gave him superpowers. He's got that, that shit. You've seen that in Kung Fu movies, like you do 2 moves on him, he's already studied your whole fighting style and knows how to counter it almost automatically.
Yep. And then he shoots you.
Then he shoots you.
With an arrow.
Kick Spider-Man's ass. Which is funny because you know the way that Deadpool always beats Taskmaster? He just starts doing fake kung fu. And it overloads his senses. You know, he does that stand on one leg.
Yeah. The goose. Or the stork.
Yeah, from, what is it, Karate Kid?
What are you doing?
I know, but if I got into a fight and he lifted one leg off the ground, I'd just kick his other leg. That would be my first move.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of kicking legs, I didn't pay for it, and I haven't looked it up yet, but did you see that Ronda Rousey fight?
Yes, I did.
You were telling me about it. She got her, apparently got her face all fucked up, kicked in or something, right?
Yep. The lady kicked her in the face and knocked her out, man. Straight up.
And I remember last week too, or not last week, but a month before the fight, they're like, people were like, oh, Ronda Rousey's gonna kill this bitch. Like, there's even some people like, she needs to quit fighting women and fight a man.
Yeah.
Well, just goes to show you, every once in a while, you can be a loser in that ring.
Yep. And by the way, speaking of that, Taz decided to show his face again and say that Ronda Rousey's fight was a fix. He's popping in and out doing that crap every now and then. Like, ooh, I'm Taz, I'm still alive. People still care what I have to say. And I'm like, who cares about him?
From ECW and TNA?
Yeah, Taz, the wrestler.
Yeah, the guy that joined the Broke My Neck So Many Times I Can't Land on My Head Wrong club.
Yep, and that bothers me a lot. Because, I don't know, I guess people still care what he has to say, and I don't.
Well, remember in ECW, that was his gimmick for a long time, that he was like the man of 1,000 holds MMA grappler fighter guy.
Yep. But yeah, she had to have plastic surgery, and
Oh, for real? I didn't know that shit.
Some camera guys got a picture of her, and they saw her face for like a couple seconds, and then she pulled a rag over her face while she was getting in the car to leave. And I was like, dang. So yeah, man, that woman hurt her.
That's gotta suck for her, because she had a Rocky 3, or no, wait, is it Rocky 4 moment, you know, where she's not really training too hard, she's living off all the hype and publicity and shit. You know, hey, you know,
Yep.
hey, yo, you know, you gotta punch that bag harder, you know.
Plus, I seen Ronda, she cheap shotted her once after one of the rounds was over. So I was thinking, oh, she's going to lose. But yeah, she intentionally cheap shotted her and hit her after the bell rang.
That's never a good
When
sign.
it was done, yeah. I was like, oh, she's going to lose. Right there, that's when I was like, oh shit, she's going to lose. And plus, she didn't shake with her either.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's being a snob about it. Yeah, the ref was like, shake. And she's like, oh, and there was like, oh, no shake. No shake from Rousey.
I must break you.
Being a big snob about it.
Well, that's not
Not even acting like a winner, And she lost the belt, so
Well, when did they just get to do the...
rematch.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yep.
then they get to do the wrestling rematch.
You're going to have a rematch.
Yeah, and if Rousey wins, they'll have the tiebreaker.
Man, that chick she was fighting, though, was freaking tall.
And, what's that dude's name that annoys the hell out of me, that announcer? Used to be on Fear Factor.
I always forget his name.
Yeah. Spent about 20 minutes Googling moves online. Now I think he's a professional.
I can't remember if it's Jim or Jeff. It's Jim or Jeff C. something. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. He's not telling people to eat balls no more, so I don't care. I haven't watched any... I can't remember the last fight I saw. Because my problem with... I started off as a kid watching boxing, But my problem with boxing is, like, they throw 2 or 3 punches, then they start hugging each other. Then the ref will eventually break them up. They throw, like, 1 or 2 punches, then they start hugging each other. And
It's kind of boring.
yeah, and I started watching UFC then, because that, at least at the beginning, was a little more fast-paced. People were actually fighting. There's submission holds. But then, after a while, UFC started turning into kind of the same thing. They would fight, one of them would get knocked down to the ground. They just kind of roll around for a minute.
It's true. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Despite though Ronda Rousey losing the fight, though, she did do a good job. I mean, they had a good fight. Those are the types of fights that we should be seeing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the problem is like I said, she went Rocky 4 on it. She started believing her own hype. Well, I don't know personally. I'm just guessing. I should say.
She's just acting like a loser. That's why.
Yeah, like I said, she Rocky 4. She started believing in her own hype. Probably wasn't working out as much as she should have. Probably didn't study the fighter, while that other chick was like, beat this worse for that.
Yeah. Well, she's a submission specialist, and she couldn't get this chick on the ground, basically. So she had her all moved out.
Yeah, like I said, Phil, I don't want to see two people fighting for $1 million of prize fights. I want to see a guy that's fighting because rent's due at midnight.
Yep.
Someone who's actually got something to lose.
Please welcome the janitor.
One of the combatants canceled tonight. Oh, well, don't worry. The janitor said he needs another $50, or they're kicking him out. So he said he'd do it. Yeah. The janitor comes out to them. I said knock you out, dude. I said. That reminds me of that episode of, remember when Homer was a heavyweight prize fighter or whatever? But he didn't really know how to fight. His head was just so thick you could punch him in the head forever and you'd eventually get tired and he'd knock you out.
I remember.
Yeah. He had the best intro song. Remember, it was like, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
That's hilarious.
You're going to a fight and you're coming out to why can't we be friends? That's what I'm coming out to, Phil.
Heck yeah.
Because I know I'd probably get my ass whooped. I couldn't be no professional prize fighter. Plus, the thing that sucks about that, too, is like I said, you gotta work out all the goddamn time.
Gotta be in shape and eat the right stuff, too. Stay strong.
Yeah. I just want to go to the gym and take pictures of hot chicks. Yeah. I don't know. That Apollo Creed movie's coming out. Or, not Apollo Creed, but his kid, Creed. What do you think of that?
Oh, I've been waiting for that for a little bit, actually. I was wondering when they would finally have Rocky, play a Mitch or be some kind of I'm always calling him Mitch.
Mick.
Yeah, Mick. Yeah, that's what I meant, Mick. But yeah, I was wondering when he was actually going to be a trainer, and I was thinking that, hey, Apollo Creed have a kid? And, turns out the new movie, he's training Apollo Creed's kid. What a freaking coincidence.
Do you think he's going to tell him to eat lightning and crap thunder?
No, I don't know. I hope so. He should. Gotta light a fire on your ass, Light a fire under your ass and stuff like that.
Alright, back to talking about Apollo Creed again. I keep saying Apollo. His name's not fucking Apollo.
Well, it was in the first movie.
Well, it's his kid now, not
Yeah. It's true. It's just Creed now.
Well, I can't remember. Did the trailer even say what his name was?
No.
I can't remember. But they already hinted that Rocky's done.
Yeah.
You think if they actually make all three, he'll die? Or 4? Did he die in 3 or 4? I can't remember.
It's happened before.
Yeah. But I want to see him he's always Rocky's always fucking with him, like when he's punching the punching bag, like, hey yo, your dad used to hit it harder than that.
Yeah.
Your dad wasn't pussy. I'm just saying. He might have died in the ring, but at least he won. At least he won. I forgot my insult. At least he won.
Like, come on, kid. You rocked my belt plenty of times.
That's gotta be funny too, because in 2 they mentioned that he's partially blind because Apollo Creed hit his ass so hard in the eye he can't see out of it that well no more.
Yep.
You gotta hit someone so hard they can't see right.
Cut me. You gotta cut me.
So, there you go. you gotta pay me, because your dad owes me a lot of money. This eye wasn't easy to fix, What about Rocky's kid? He had a kid too. I think he's technically younger than Apollo Creed's kid, but why didn't he train his? Well, probably don't want his kid getting popped in the eye so hard.
Right.
He can't see. I might have just answered my own question. But hey, the guy that popped him in the eyes, kid, yeah, he can do it, right?
Yep, that's true.
It's like, hey, now you're a man. I'm a man, little man, little man. You think he's gonna make him run up those steps, and Creed's just gonna look at him like, we have a treadmill at home.
That'd be funny.
I did it. Your dad did it. You're doing it.
Yep.
Now get your ass up them stairs. Gonna make him beat the meat and shit too.
Punching the cow ribs.
Trying to go with your bees. I guess I should have did it Wednesday, like I told them. They're like, they ain't doing nothing up there. But I don't know. What's the more Rocky references we can think of that they can shoehorn in there? Does Creed have an alcoholic uncle that we don't know about?
I don't know.
Or no, wait, he marries a chick that has an alcoholic brother.
Yep, he was an alcoholic.
Yeah, Paulie.
He's always beating her up.
Hey Mick, I'm beating the meat. Like I said, he wins the fight at the end. He's like, whatever my girlfriend's name is. Whatever my girlfriend's name is. Oh, this chair's getting old. So I gotta duct tape it up one of these days. I'm gonna come over, Phil, one of these days this chair's gonna be looking all silvery and shit. I'm like, damn man, when'd you get a new chair? Nah man, look closer, I just covered it in duct tape.
Because duct tape fixes anything.
I would bled to death many a year ago one for duct tape. Man, because I'm running out of Apollo Creed jokes to make.
Yo.
I don't know.
Like, hey, your dad used to hit like a space shuttle, you know what I mean? Your baby tapping it here. Hit it like a baby kid.
When you looking at me, that's the toughest opponent you ever gonna fuck. I believe that in the ring and out of the ring. Motivational speech, You only gotta do like John Cena, go in there, kick ass, take names, and, throw your hands up in the air, and then trumpet music starts playing,
Team OK. It's like, that is the OK sign, though. Isn't that what that means?
Yeah. I always wondered that. Why does he do that?
Yeah, it's like, OK. That's what I thought.
Yeah. He ain't out injured yet, is he? Last I looked, every other WWE star was injured. Seth Rollins just tore up his leg and back.
Well, I know he lost the United States belt, and that's the last time I seen him because Alberto Del Rio came back.
Oh yeah? Does he still have that guy with the long ass R's announcing him? Or
yes, Zed Coulter. I think that's his name.
No, Del Rio.
Oh no. He beat the crap out of him before all this junk happened.
So when he came back, he didn't bring him back with him.
Right. He was injured for a bit, and last I knew, he joined up with Jack Swagger, or he joined up with somebody else, and then I never saw him again. But the reason that WWE got Alberto Del Rio back was because they went to Carlito with the check, and they offered him his spot back to be, they needed a Latin star at the time. And apparently Carlito was upset about how much money they wanted to pay him, or he didn't think it was enough, and he actually turned the WWE down from a job.
Really? Where's he wrestling that's paying him so good then?
I don't know what he's doing right now.
Nah, he's probably pissed. He's like, can I have Carlitos Cabana back? It's like, no, it's Miz TV now. You know what? I spit in the face.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
Arrogant punk. He was always an arrogant punk, though. That's why I never liked him. You know, that was his act. He was,
I was about to say,
he was an arrogant punk.
That was his gimmick. He was supposed to be like a Mr. Perfect, you know, I'm better than everyone kind of guy.
Yep. And I was thinking that would have been cool to have Carlito back, but he didn't like the digits they threw at him. And that's why Alberto Del Rio's back. And like I said again, the whole thing with the horrible team-making name, I mean, come on. Mex America? They're not even trying anymore.
At least call him Tex-Mex.
You know, and you remember before he was this, oh, this is America, this is our country. You know, you get that filthy stuff out of here and back to Mexico. And now he's all, now what we're doing is we're unifying a nation, America and Mexico. Now you see, it's totally reversed now.
Jake the Snake was in rehab. Surprisingly not dead. So when's he coming back? Old man Royal Rumble again, right, bro?
He did come back, but I don't remember what it was for. And he didn't really do nothing.
Well, he's probably all brittle as hell from the years of alcohol and drugs abuse.
It's true.
Oh, man. Honestly, you give me a 6-pack and an 8-ball or I ain't doing shit. You know what, while you're at it, give my snake a rat, too.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with Alice Cooper. The Dudley Boys came back a couple months ago. They trying to make a run for the title, or they just pound people through tables? Remember them good old ECW days?
I think I know what they're gonna do. Probably,
They're gonna start.
They're doing the same thing again.
They're gonna start a gang called Aces and Eights. Oh wait. Whoops.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna give them one last shot at the tag team titles, and they're gonna win the titles, and they're only gonna have them for like a couple days just so they can get their check, and then they're outie. But so far they have been winning a lot of matches so far. But they've already messed up a couple times because, you know, Devon wants them to get out of table and then roll up 1, 2, 3. And you can see Bubba's in the ring like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, what did you think was going to happen? I called roll up and then roll up 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Well, they put them through the table. They would technically lose anyways, right?
Right. Disqualification. The ref's always going, hey, if you do it, man, I'm going to disqualify you. He's always saying it.
And then they pull out that white powder from our trunks and throw it in his eyes, and he's like, ah.
Should.
We haven't watched Ready to Rumble in years. That was always my favorite part. When he throws that shit down Dallas's Page eyes, and he's like, you idiot, that shit doesn't work.
He's like, rough.
Because I think it's like literally just supposed to be like talcum powder or something.
Some kind of weak powder.
Yeah, it's obviously not salt. Because that one actually would hurt. Shit, Phil Vampire makeup session.
Then he handcuffed him to the freaking cage. You little punk.
Diamond upside down as a pussy. So apparently that move was so popular they made David Arquette the champion. That was the thing that happened.
Yep.
Actually, I heard that movie was actually what bankrupt WCW. They made that movie, didn't make that much money back, and then I think was it not even a year later, Vince bought him out.
Yep. I enjoyed it for some reason.
Better than all the wrestlers.
Oh, God.
Jimmy King. We're working on that last part.
We don't got the ending down yet.
Looks like it shows. Well,
I still got that ringtone. It's on one of my old phones.
oh, better than I don't even remember the rest of that song. I just remember that part. Better than all the wrestlers. Jimmy King.
It's, he's got class, he's really fast, he'll rule ass.
Yeah,
He'll rule that ass. Jimmy King. Okay, we don't got the ending down yet, but God, it was so terrible.
That was pretty funny. That
It was funny though.
That part made me laugh.
Hell yeah.
But
And John Cena was in it.
oh yeah, that's right. Before he was he was wrestling, but he wasn't like a name wrestler. He was just a bodybuilder in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, because I heard this. He was that was the where they shot that scene was the gym where they trained. Where actually he trained at, and the crew showed up. Hey, we need actual wrestlers to be in the background, and be like lifting weights and shit. And he was like, me.
Yeah, he needed to get in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that till many years later. When we because I subscribed to that wrestling channel, Wrestling with Regrets, and he pointed that out to me. I was like, holy shit, I never noticed that.
Heck yeah. Remember, I was watching it with Philip once, and he showed me, and I was like, "Oh, it is Cena."
He had like a blonde mohawk or something too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's young as hell.
I was about to say he wasn't doing the white boy rapper thing that he started off at. That's funny, Phil, because I remember John Cena when he started. He was supposed to be like this white wigger guy that no one liked, and now he's the biggest name in the fucking company.
It's true.
You know. So it goes to show, kids, just be yourself. And donate a lot of time to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, too, apparently.
One free T-shirt, throw it out to the crowd.
No, dude, he's done like over 400 Make-A-Wish Foundation things for kids and shit. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, because when Justin Bieber was running around fucking...
I remember they freaking let him take that kid to the arcade.
Yeah.
That was freaking, I was like, wow. And they were playing some kind of shooter game, and he had a shotgun, and they were going pow, pow, shooting something. I was like, wow. That's pretty cool, man.
I want to play Left 4 or not Left 4 Dead. What was that one? House of the Dead.
Yep, that was fun, man.
I want to play House of the Dead with John Cena.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
Light rail guns. Those don't even exist, man. There's not even an arcade in this town anymore. Can you imagine seeing one of those things?
I don't even know if Pinball Pete's still open in MSU. I bet it ain't anymore.
Think of it.
It's like right in the middle by the parking lots. That's why.
It still is. I know someone that goes there. They went there and they said it's pretty much just a giant pool hall now.
Yep.
And there's still. She said that they said there's still some video games there, but it's more or less just a pool hall. I was like, oh, that sucks. We gotta go to Japan one day. Japan's the only one that still believes in the arcade, apparently.
Yeah.
Only problem is we have no idea what's going on.
That's true.
And if we look at it, we're gonna have a stroke. All the lights. Then I hit the floor. Oh, but I showed you that camera slot machine. I don't gamble, but I could probably waste $100 on that thing real fast. Real fast. He's like, no, wait, man, if I keep putting in enough money, you'll do that little UFO turtle spin shell thing. Camera's finally getting a new movie coming out. About good time.
Wow. How long did it take him?
Whenever Revenge of Isis come out, like 96, 98. So
I like that one as much.
I did. So almost 20 years, like 17, 15, 16 years. Fighting Ghost again, though. He loves fighting those weird pterodactyl monsters, so.
Kind of boring.
Well, Gamera's been rebooted more than Godzilla. No, that's a lie. Every other Godzilla movie's a reboot. But, yeah, I don't know why, man. They just always go to Gauss. Because Atlanteans made them, and they made a bird that decided to eat everyone. So how do you beat one giant monster? You make another one.
Yeah.
Although I don't know what their thinking was. How does turtle trump a giant pterodactyl? I don't know. But it did. You give it a fire breath. That's how, Phil.
Maybe Gamera just naturally hates pterodactyls or whatever. I don't know.
They do like one of those.
Maybe he naturally hates them.
Maybe they do like one of those nature documentaries where they're showing Gamera swimming in the sea. It's like the Gamera, the giant sea protector of the children, its natural enemy. The ghost.
Maybe one picked him up and dropped him or something, and that got him mad forever.
They borrowed his lawnmower and never gave it back.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, I think his problem with Gauss is he keeps eating people. Or they keep eating people. There's lots of them. Yeah, like I said, man. Toho, get your head out of your ass. We all want it. Granted, yeah, like I said, there's been a couple people that's tried to pitch Gamera versus Godzilla to Toho, but they're like, we don't need your turtle, you need us.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, we're a damn national icon.
Yeah.
We'll fuck King Kong, though.
I think Godzilla has to win this time.
Well, like I said, you gotta do it like wrestling rules. You beat me, then I beat
Yeah.
you, then win the tiebreaker.
Plus, the old Godzilla wasn't the new Godzilla. He's like taller than him, I think.
Well, they're going on the reboot. They're rebooting King Kong again, and they're going from the.
He's like a couple times larger than King Kong, right? In this. In the
I don't
new
know.
one?
They haven't shown King Kong yet.
I think he's larger.
Yeah, because in the original King Kong movie from the 30s, he's only, like I said, like 50, 60 feet tall, I think. That's why they had to make up that monkey juice.
Yep.
So it's like, well, how do you get so big? Oh, he kept drinking this shit. So why'd you make barrels big enough for him to pick up? You know what? We did not think of that. That was probably our bad. Right, because if this monkey keeps stealing in, drinking this fucking, I can't remember what it's called, juju juice or whatever, and it keeps getting bigger, why do you have it in such giant pots where you can pick it up?
Yeah, it's true.
Put it in beer cans.
Kind of add an insult, add an insult to injury right there.
And why are you leaving them outside too? Although that's fucked up. The American monster has to be an alcoholic, right?
Plus, they'd have to stay in one spot. How are you gonna move it, right?
That's true. They're big.
They're freaking big cups. You can't even move them, especially if there's liquid in them.
Yeah, I think they're
They'd
like.
be heavier.
Yeah, I think they're like big clay barrels that were like bigger than a man.
Yep.
You know.
They were pretty big.
So I guess it doesn't really make much
And
sense.
plus, why are you making 7 of them? Oh yeah, let's give them 7 of them. See what happens. Because there were at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 of them out there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the original King Kong versus Godzilla. But I remember even as a kid, you could tell he was clearly getting drunk because he was sitting there like.
Well, that's what I liked about that King Kong movie. He always had this stupid glazed over look on his face, like he didn't know what was going on.
Well, like I said, that's because he was drunk.
Yeah, it did make him drunk though. But yeah, he always had that stupid look on his face.
Yeah, Phil. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? We give the Japanese the rights to use one of our most iconic giant monsters of all time. Like, yeah, but he becomes an alcoholic. And with that being said, this is the end of episode 29 of We Are Podcast. My name is Matt.
My name's Phil, leader of the OTS. Thanks for being with us tonight and enjoying the episode. Thanks for listening.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud, like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com.
This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.